¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? Vamos a darle. Vamos en Metal Gear Solid 3 Sneak Eater. Eater. Comedor de serpientes. Vamos a darle un rato. Estoy checando que todo escucha bien. Sí, todo escucha bien. Vamos a empezar con la primera. Esta es la parte 1. La vez pasada Kunio me desesperó un poquillo y lo tuve que dejar a un lado, pero estamos aquí de regreso, así que espero que todo se va bien. Ya lo he jugado este antes, pero la neta es que no sé qué es esto. No. La neta es que lo dejé, lo dropeé así totalmente. Entonces, pero bueno, no pasa nada. Para eso estamos, para cambiar la historia. Pero sí, vamos a. Espérate. Times, good sense, scream. Justo de brillo, vamos a ver. Want to raise the gray. Ah, ok, es para que. Ok, ok. Vamos a ver, creo que es un poquito más de brillo cuando se pasa acá. No sé si mi cámara va a estorbar mucho. Estamos en la parte como de configuraciones, pero yo creo que vamos a empezar con la nueva campañita, ¿no? Un juego nuevo. Eh, Estaba viendo que aquí tiene como que el Metal Gear Solid. Y vamos a ver. Vamos a ponerle New Game. Ah, yo jugué primerito el Metal Gear 2. Me gusta mucho este y el Peacemaker. Normal. No sé lo cambio en la intro, pero vamos a irle calando. Según yo creo que nada más nos escucha
After the end
como
of World
doble.
War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Ah, este juego, para el que no conozca, que creo que yo todos conocemos, se basa en tener cinemáticas extremadamente largas. Es lo más normal en este juego. Entonces, van a tener más tiempo, en vez de otro muriendo, aquí van a ver más viendo película que en sí estar jugando. Entonces, no se angustien.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Hideo Kojima.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Le vale
Approaching
madres,
release
dice.
point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Ah, perro. Solo recibo órdenes del mero mero.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
sunrise.
Ah, entrada épica.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
Ya compré el Metal Gear
We'll be
5,
falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Ah, Kojima. Nunca he sido gran fan de los juegos de Kojima, pero pues la neta están chidos.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov.
Ok.
He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Historia de la Guerra
16,
Fría, ¿eh?
1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The president demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But
Puta,
the
esta es
Soviets
la
didn't
Tercera
back
Guerra
down,
Mundial.
instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter
Ajá.
IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
Ok.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I
Exactamente.
guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For
Cohete es
half a
muy
year
similar
now,
a un misil.
Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Va que va. Vamos a rescatar a este señor. Muy bien, vamos a recuperar al científico Sobolokov, o no, ¿cómo se llama? No, tenía un trabajo.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Ah, ok. Está cool, ¿eh? Ok.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
Va que va. Hay que recuperar a Sokolov antes de que
Once we've
termine.
confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Ok. Pues que lo van a abandonar. No sé por qué se ve como un reflejito. No sé si sea cuestión de mi cable. No le quiero mover ahorita tanto. No lo había visto antes. Creo que no estaba. Pero no sea muy molesto para el stream o la grabación. Llegamos. Ouch. No. Ok. Llegamos bien, llegamos bien, llegamos bien. Peter. Muy bien. Llegamos a la jungla. Ah. Jack. Qué cabrón. Ok. ¿Y aquí para dónde entonces? Ok, no me sé los controles. Con este golpeo. Esto no tengo nada, creo. Ok, vamos a ver. No, será por acá. ¿Qué hubo?
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other.
Ok.
Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
Oh, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, and Snake.
Yeah,
¿Qué
The crew
pasó?
isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
good idea. This isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin.
La cinemática. La cinemática. Ese Kojima es un loquillo. Snake, David Hayter. Formato de peliculita. Muy bien, ahora qué toca hacer. Mm, Muy bien.
Can you hear me, Major Tom? This is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
This will be a sneaking mission.
Ok.
You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Ok.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
Vale, vamos por el. Vamos por
To
la
climb a tree,
maletita.
stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you.
Hecho.
If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Vamos a conseguir la mochila entonces. Oh, tanto más para acá. Para estar más centrado. Dale. Muy bien. Entonces vamos a conseguir. ¿Cuál es el botón de acción? No, este no es el de acción. Imagino que es este aquí. No, es este acá. No, es este de aquí. Este de acá. Ah, ándale, ya vi cuál es la acción. ¿No es para acá? ¿En serio? ¿Qué espacio donde me dejan pasar y no es para acá? Ok, no pasa nada. Ir con mucha lentitud entonces. Súbete. ¿No puedo subir acá? Ok, la chingada. ¿Para acá será? ¿Dónde debe ser para acá, no? Ajá. Ah, no, que presioné. Ok. Aquí hay una serpiente. Vamos a Halloween, MP. No tengo armas. Tengo mapita. Ok, eso es bueno. Ah, mira, ya vi la salida, que está como por otro lado. Y lo que quiero aquí es... Voy a matar a la... No puedo dar a la serpiente, ¿en serio? Pero no puedo equiparme algo. Ah, ahí está el knife. Ok, vamos a cazar porque... Ahí está, ¿cómo no? Ah, ok. Entiendo. Ah, disculpen la torpeza, pero... Así juego yo. Hay que tener mucho cuidado con las serpientes y eso porque sí pueden ser bastante... no, es que maté un cocodrilo en este juego. Por ejemplo. Por ejemplo. Ok, ahí vamos, ahí vamos. Mira chistoso el buen Snake, esa es la verdad. Ok. Nos metimos como para acá. Ok. Ah, chinga. Ah, ya vi. Y es la acción. Supongo que es como que para acá. Ándale, está. Ah, chinga. Agárralo, Snake. Vamos agarrando el lado tantillo. Poco a poco. Ah, ahí está, ¿cómo no? Uy, ya tengo el resto de mis cositas. ¿Qué pasó?
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake.
Mhm.
To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button.
Hecho.
For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
Ush, Poppy.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor.
Muy bien.
However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare.
Es
There aren't
cierto.
supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm
Exactamente.
afraid so.
Solo contra el
You've
mundo.
been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind.
Ok,
You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
correcto.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax.
Totalmente.
There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to
Subo.
meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you
Oh.
going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
Hecho.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
La acción de
Good to
guardar.
know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
¿Quién más?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
Un rato.
That's right. It's me.
Así va a ser todo el juego.
Talk to me. Let me hear
Peliculita.
your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
El enamorado.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that.
¿Ah,
A
no?
soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
No?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh?
Exactamente.
I've been in the Green
Crucial
Berets
combate.
for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
Ok,
My
perfecto.
frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Sí, me serviría en un rato.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Va que va. Entonces necesito...
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Está bueno el combo. Yo solo necesito...
Commencing virtuous mission now.
El CBM. ¿Qué es esto? Ah, ok. Ese es para no, ok, muy bien. Y le picamos aquí Start. Y ahí vamos a picar. Quiero ver el mapa. Vamos a salvar antes que nada.
I see you caught yourself a reticulated python. The reticulated python is said to be the longest snake in the world.
Ok,
The biggest ones can grow up to 10 meters in length.
bastante larga.
Although they're not poisonous, they're still very dangerous, so be careful around them. They have a highly ferocious temperament and they can swallow whole, even large animals like deer and pigs. Their most distinguishing feature is the mesh pattern of their scales. This pattern acts as a highly effective natural camouflage. If you think there might be a reticulated python about, pay close attention to your surroundings. Otherwise, you could get bitten before you even know it's there. It's a huge snake, but you should be able to capture it alive by using the tranquilizer gun. I'll bet if you capture one and throw it at an enemy, it'll give him a good scare.
Ok.
Right. But how do they taste?
Huh?
Do they taste good?
You're actually going to eat one.
Why else would I be asking?
Cannibal.
What was that?
Nothing. Let's see what the guide says. Ah, you're in luck. It says they taste pretty good.
Good. I can hardly wait.
Ugh.
Perfecto. No, pero vamos a ver. Save.
Saving the game, Snake?
A fuerzas, claro que sí. Check-in storage. Es del 2018 la vez pasada que jugué. Tómala. De, de 3 horas y media. Voy a borrar este. Y... 24 minutos.
Hey,
Perfecto.
Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
Es una
It's a
movie, ¿no?
movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
Muy buena.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Acabar con
Nuclear
los
test, huh? Then
japoneses.
the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see
Suena
the
bien.
original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when
Sí,
you
esto
get in a
es lo que
jam.
tiene. ¿Qué hubo?
That's the magic of
De
movies.
todo, Paco. Te has
No
de
kidding.
todo.
Well,
Ahorita te doy el
I guess it
resumen.
might at least make a nice
Este,
distraction.
este juego
That's
tiene
the spirit,
demasiadas
Snake. Have
cinemáticas,
a little
güey. O
fun.
sea, llevo casi 40 minutos y creo que he jugado menos de 10 minutos. Entonces, bueno, eres un espía. Sí, un espía, no, no eres un espía, es un soldado durante la Guerra Fría y te estás infiltrando para rescatar a ay, mira, una serpiente. Para rescatar a un soldado, ay, güey, ¿cómo se llama? Estás para rescatar a un científico ruso que quiere escapar de la Rusia soviética. Entonces, te estás infiltrando, nada más eso. Pues, en esencia es como que el gran resumen. Te dan una introducción a la Guerra Fría, al conflicto de los misiles de Cuba. Ya sabes, ¿no? Tranquilita el asunto. Vamos a ver. Entonces ahorita estoy infiltrándome porque voy a ir a la base. Nada más. No hay mucho más que se pueda agregar por el momento. Y se me escucha y se ve bien, ¿verdad? Aquí es muy importante el camuflaje, es un juego de sigilo al final. Entonces, este lo estoy jugando en el 360, de hecho. Ok. Cocodrilos. A la madre, güey. Que vemos si le podemos ganar a trancazos. ¿El cocodrilo o qué? Va, gracias, gracias. Ouch. A la madre, güey. Este para acá, este para acá, este para acá. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Quién me llama? ¿Quién toca peta? Como te los escucho como están hablando. Bueno, vamos a... Ajá. Pero yo quiero... Ah, espérate, yo tenía acá mis raciones, ¿no? Chale, estando en la madre el cocodrilo. Scope, cigarette, fake death, epicensor está interesante. Check los objetos, pero... Put. Ah,
Ah, tasty.
diablos. ¿Cómo te los recupero mi vida? Fuck. Mmm... Chale, yo quería curarme, güey. Creo que no puedo curarme. Mira. Estoy aquí apenas descubriendo todo esto. Pero vamos bien. O sea, está chido el juego. Te digo, ya lo había jugado antes. Vamos a ver el mapa. Lo dejé, ¿sabes? Pero ahora sí como que sí me interesa retomarlo chido. Voy a matar a este vato, güey. Vamos a ver cómo me va con el arma. Ajá. Fuera. Tranquilus, parece que estuvo... Ok. Ah, que la chingada. Si quieres, güey. Había una manera de apuntar, dale. Pero, ¿cómo quitó la madre, güey? Ah, está dormido, no estoy esperando una vez. Y ahora sí nos ponemos el cuchillo. Estoy agarrándole la onda, güey. Te digo, no tan agachado. La madre, güey. ¿Por qué revivió? Ah, no, olvídalo. Vamos a matar a este vato, güey. La madre, güey. Ah, que la chingada, güey. Matado por un puto cocodrilo, güey. En el puto tutorial, güey. X, no pasa nada, güey. Es que quiero llenarme de comida y eso, pero... Verga, güey. Está, está complicado este jueguito. Porque necesito como que... No, hombre, güey. No le hago nada, güey. Es una mamada eso. Bueno, supongo que luego podré enfrentarme como que a estos vatos, güey. Ahorita por el momento me quedaré como que... Son un chingo, ¿eh? Ok, me voy a ahogar. Ah, que la chingada. Ah, fuck, güey. Ok. Estamos viendo qué onda. Estamos viendo qué onda. No pasa nada, no pasa nada, güey. No, pues no es necesario matarlos. O sea, eh, aguantan mucho. Eso sí es cierto, güey. Yo creo que puedo simplemente correr y no va a pasar nada. Mira, ahí hay como que otro vato, güey. aquí había otro, pero me acuerdo que tenía una opción. Animal Sounds and Waves. A ver, vamos a ver. Este me va a decir dónde están estos vatos. Pero aquí hay uno, no me lo muestra. ¿Ves? Ahí está. Bueno, no pasa nada. Aquí hay como dos. Ahora vamos a regresarnos tantillo. Ahora sí. Ok. Vámonos para acá. Voy a ver si puedo ir por ese objeto que está como que por allá. Y ahorita lo agarramos, ¿no? Pero CPM. No me muestra nada de este sonar, güey. Ajá. Motive Detector. Objects. También consume batería. No, entonces voy a quedarme con esto nada más. Muy bien. Ya nada más recoger objetos y ya. A seguir adelante. No es necesario seguir batallando tanto con estos vatos. Si hay una serpiente por ahí, me avisas. Que eso es. Ah, mira, como esa de ahí. Que vamos a. Si me interesa agarrarlo. Porque. Ok. Esos dan vidita. A la madre, güey, se me saca la garganta. Ay, otra serpiente. No lo había visto. Este juego es importante. ¿Por qué diablos? Pues esta perspectiva, bueno. En este juego es muy importante mantenerse vivo. Tomar agua y eso. Ay, perdón. Espero no se haya escuchado tan fuerte. Pero entonces es justamente lo que hay que hacer. Otra cinemática. Tiene muchas cinemáticas de este juego. Que espero te guste la peliculita que se va a presentar. Mira, ahí hay uno,
Major,
dos.
I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
Probablemente sí.
AK-47s and grenades.
Ok. Vamos tranqui. Vamos a ver si podemos dormirlos.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law.
¿Correcto?
We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage.
Ok.
Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer.
Hay que ir
The
cambiándole el
Uniform
trajecito a este güey.
option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't
Ok.
forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed.
Ok.
You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index.
Ok,
The
perfecto.
camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Perfecto. Vamos a checar el camuflaje entonces. Acá en Camouflage. Face. Este me da más 5. Uniform. Más 15. Perfecto. Por ejemplo, no me debería ver ese güey. A pesar de que estoy súper mal colocado. Vamos a quedarnos tantito por acá. Tengo que seguir teniendo cuidado con estas. Ok. A la madre no lo veo, güey. Ok. Ah, ¿por qué te viniste para acá, güey? Tener mucho cuidado. Porque cualquier cosa que me vean, ahí se va a acabar el juego. No alcanzo a ver desde acá. Pero efectivamente no me debe ver ni escuchar ni nada. Ok, ya pasamos de este. No sé si hay otro como acá a la derecha. Capaz si subo por aquí me va a ayudar algo. Creo que en principio no me eran dos soldados, pero no me voy a confiar. Vamos a ver por acá. Ah, mira, aquí hay cosillas. Al final son como que importantes estos objetos. Entonces, vamos a ver que no se nos aparezca ninguna serpiente. Mira, ahí hay uno. No, no viste nada. Fuck. No, 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 quiero verlo, quiero verlo. Ya lo vi, ya lo vi. Fuck, no, ok. Entonces, se nos juntaron los dos. Me juntó el ganado. Ok, vámonos por acá. Vamos a meternos por acá. Hay que tener cuidado con el sonido. Ya me di cuenta que también me escuchan entonces. Tengo buen camuflaje, entonces no deberían verme. Prácticamente no deberían verme estando así. Pero yo no los veo. Ya lo vi. Ok. Bastante cuidado con que no se me acerque de más. Ok. Un es para acá. Vamos a ver si sí. Ojalá sí. Imagínate si no, ya me estoy regresando. Es muy de mí hacer eso. Ok. Y hay otro soldadito. Vamos a ver. Ok. Soldado cruzando el puente y ahí están unas abejitas. Y vamos a tener que, imagino que hay que tirarle el panal arriba, ¿no? Ah, vamos a usar esta madre. No, espérate. Porque dice cómo usarse, sí dice cómo usarse, ¿no? Press the time, release to fire. Button of press. Ok, con A. Y si yo quiero ver de primera persona, con este. Sí, vamos a ver. Está como complicado apuntar, ¿no? ¿Eh? Hay que tener cuidado porque también me atacan a mí las abejas, ¿eh? Ah, espérate. ¿Qué pasó? Por voltear a ver el chat. Chinga tu madre, güey. Ah, Dios mío, güey. Ah, qué imbécil, güey. Sí, es algo que yo haría. Algo que totalmente yo haría. No, era hijo de tu madre, güey. Ah, pues ya bebe. Ay, güey. ¿Cómo? A la madre, güey. Ah, no va. Lo tumbé por accidente. A la madre, güey. Uy, está como que el camino. Hay que tener cuidado. Y hay otros dos. Ok, 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 ok. Yo como que me puedo tirar, ¿no? Pero... los juegos me odian, güey. No, güey, solo soy malo, güey. Ah, pero puta madre, güey. Esos vatos se me van a arruinar. Como que la situación. Porque este vato como que les llevaba las abejas. Pero ahorita... Bueno, con la misma que me puedo colgarme tantillo. Y a ver si eso sirve de algo. Pero no sé si... mm, creo que me tardé en pasar. No los voy a atacar, obviamente, no es la intención. Solo uno para allá y otro para acá. Mira, todo un error y mira todo lo que... cómo termino cayendo, güey. Ah, sh- chale, men. Ya valió Mauser, güey. Si me suicido nada más para reiniciar la situación. La madre, güey. Porque creo que no hay otro panal, ¿o sí? No, debe haber otro. Y vámonos. Qué cagado, güey. Ah, vamos a tirarnos. Con este me tiro. Vamos a repetir, güey. Ya que estamos aquí, güey. O sea, al chile me mamé, güey. He de admitirlo, güey. Así que no pasa nada, güey. Se repite y no pasa nada. Ah, vamos a ver. Era con... Vamos a agarrar esto aquí. Y apuntamos con... la madre, güey. Qué difícil es apuntar. Mira, se las lleva. Aquí ven esos dos camaradas. Espérate, no hagas esto. Se los lleva hasta allá, güey. Ese es el camino sencillo, güey. Ah, otra vez, güey. No, 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 no. Súbete, súbete. Ahí está, güey. Ay, casi me vuelvo a caer por exactamente lo mismo, güey. No sé dónde se habrán ido estos cuates, güey, pero... Bueno, voy a irme atrás de ellos, güey. Por ahí está. Ya que sigamos, ahorita checamos el mapa. No debe faltar tanto. Hay que ver cómo están mis niveles de ambrosidad. Mm,
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held.
ujú.
This place is a dump.
Voy a checar los auriculares. Auriculares.
I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight.
Hay muchísima gente.
There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Ok. Ahora que ponernos tantito agresivos.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh,
¿Entendido?
and one more thing, Snake.
Dime.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Ok.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Perfecto. Vamos a dejar el mensajito al buen Sokolov. Ok. Agáchate. Creo que sigo teniendo el mejor, Vamos a salvar de una vez, aprovechando. Yo soy de los que salvo así a cada rato, entonces vale la pena
Do
salvar.
you want to save?
Ey, a ver si no me he echado otra historia de King Kong. Probablemente sí, pero muy bien.
Snake, do you know the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Nope, never heard of it.
These scientists are investigating a place deep in the Amazon called the Black Lagoon, and they get picked off one after the other by this fishman thing. And there was this scene when the heroine is going for a swim and the creature sneaks up on her from underwater. Oh, I thought my heart was going to stop. I mean,
Ok.
of course, the 3D effects in It Came from Outer Space were a lot more intense, but
It wouldn't be referring to you coming from outer space, would it?
how rude! Why do you say that?
Because no one on Earth could be as charming as you.
Fine, I'll just get to the point, Snake. Be careful of what's around you when you're in the water. Just imagining you swimming in those jungle rivers makes me think of you being attacked by a fishman.
Ok, hay que tener cuidado.
I appreciate the concern.
Fishmen aren't the only things that'll attack you in the water. Really be careful out there.
Okay.
Muy bien.
And don't be attacking any pretty girls going for a swim either.
Are you calling me a fish man?
You started it.
Se coquetea a nivel Metal Gear, Paco. Hay mucho que aprender en estos diálogos. Ahora vamos a ver que camuflaje debe estar igual, ¿no? Bien, sí, voy bien. Uniform. La máscara. Tengo la máscara. Güey. Vamos a ver. Yo creo que voy a poderme esconder atrás de los barriles. Oh, espérate, párate, güey. Aquí ir a la parte noroeste. Vamos a checar el mapa. El mapa creo que estaba aquí, ¿no? En map. Ajá. Hay que ir allá. Entonces voy a ver si puedo dar la vuelta por todo aquí derecho. Se me hace la mejor ruta. Ese güey está ahí como que muy atento. Hay que tener bastante cuidado con este vato. Ya me ven tantillo, pero no tanto. Aquí no me deben ver tanto. Quiero llegar hasta allá. Este vato no me va a dejar per se. Ahí no estoy en su radio de giro. Como que algo ahí, pero no alcanzo a ver qué es. Ah, fuck. Ah, estoy muy expuesto aquí. Hay una serpiente ahí. No, hasta para acá. Camina lento, porfa. Ese güey fue hasta allá. Vamos a cambiar al cuchillo. Aprovechando para matamos la serpiente y agarramos tantito. Aquí no veo más enemigos como tal. Ok. Veo demasiado solo. No sé dónde estaba, pero casi me mata. Casi me ve ese vato, güey. Mm, estoy cerca, ¿verdad? Estoy justamente abajo de él, probablemente. Quiero cómo salir de aquí. No, no puedo salir por aquí. Y... no puedo salir por arriba. Voy a intentar salir por atrás entonces. Ay, güey. Me norteé. Hay ratas. Ajá, supongo que no puedo subir como que por acá. No va a haber nadie aquí, ¿verdad? Hoy sí hay gente aquí, sí hay gente aquí. Está muy cerca ya. Aquí está. Yo creo que ese fue el que me vio hace rato. Si viene para acá, estamos en problemas. Eh, pero no, no creo que se venga. Es que voy a aprovechar para comer. Porque... y-
Ah, tasty.
perfecto. Este juego tiene la peculiaridad de que cuando se te acaba la barrita esa que acaba de subirse, donde dice Snake, la de abajo, la de los cuatro, empieza a sonar su panza. Porque tiene hambre. Entonces lo empiezan a ver a escuchar los enemigos. Y es mucho más difícil esconderse. Eso me pasó la primera vez que jugué, por eso lo dejé, porque dije, no mames, no había entendido bien esa mecánica de estar come y come. Ah, vamos a aproximarnos tantito más para acá. Necesito ver dónde diablos entrar exactamente. Porque, mira, tal vez puedo entrar por ahí. O tal vez no. Ok, supongo que llegué. Supongo que no me vean. Ventaja. Esta es mucho menos acción que ni obviamente, pero créeme que es mejor juego en algunos aspectos. En bastantes, probablemente. Bueno, ya llegamos a él. Diseños de el arma.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll
Tranquilos,
never
tranquilos.
get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word.
Su nombre de palabra.
We've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Hecho. Vámonos.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the army's extremist faction, a man who seeks
Ok.
to seize control of the motherland.
Tiene muchas
Ever since the
cinemáticas este
Cuban
juego, te
Missile
digo.
Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
Verga. Este es un maldito este güey. General, no sé qué.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Ok.
The soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come, I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to
Ok,
me.
vámonos. No nos agarre el Volkanovski.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Va, va, va. Vámonos, perro. Mayor, ya lo tengo.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What
Okay.
happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Va que va. Vamos a sacar a Sokolov de aquí. No es necesario empujar la puerta así. Pues un juego viejito se ve bastante bien, ¿eh? Yo lo veo bastante bien. Tiene cierto humor este juego muy peculiar. Ok. No nos están cazando.
Freeze!
Ok. Creo que nos tienen.
So this is the legendary boss.
Ese personaje es súper épico.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a Gru soldier doing here?
Soldier?
Él es el mero mero.
He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Ocelot. Just Keaton.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Camperos, como siempre. ¿Nada más quieres que tus batas reboten en el Warzone, no? A la madre. Bien sangre fría.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Hay que enfrentarse a él.
Not the boss, are you?
A la madre. Vino toda la pandilla.
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Le atasco el arma. Espérate.
Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
A la madre. Está bueno el pedo. Si entra la WWE. Tiene un dardo tranquilizante en el brazo. Los derrotó demasiado fácil, ¿eh?
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You
filthy American dog.
Ouch. Nos pendejearon al ocelot. En esencia es lo que le dijo.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Qué dramático. Muy bien, hay que buscar a Sokolov. Luego le marcas. Vamos por él.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you alright?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov, too. Apparently, they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Este juego tiene la tendencia a irse complicando poco a poquito la historia, ¿no? Entonces, en esencia, íbamos a recoger a este güey, pero ya no ya no lo recogimos, vaya. Entonces, lo que pasó fue que una sección de los rusos, la KGB, que es como la CIA rusa, y y estos de GRU, que es como un ejército interno de los rusos, están como en conflicto y le encargaron a este güey ir por este Ocelot, que es de los generales de GRU, le encargaron ir por este Sokolov. Entonces, justamente los que lo estaban resguardando era la KGB y por eso no es que le hayan ayudado a Snake, pero sí lo salvaron, por así decirlo, ¿no? Entonces,
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best GRU has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
fuck. Eso era nuestro rescate, ¿no?
That's what they were making you build?
Yes.
Ah, no.
The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly.
Vámonos,
They
perro.
cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Vámonos, perro. El puentesazo. A la madre. Me apareció esta madre aquí. Ah, más cinemática. De esta parte sí me acuerdo. Digo, esta parte ya la había jugado. Entonces sí me acuerdo muy bien de esta parte. Aguas, aguas, aguas. Está bien hecho el puente, ¿eh? Ok. Llegó la neblina. The boss.
Boss?
A la madre. ¿Qué trae ahí? US Army.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Ok. ¿Qué está pasando alrededor de The Boss?
Hornets.
Ah, la madre, sí se lo llevaron. Ya llegó el cocóptero de Sokolov.
My friends,
Ah,
let
sí
us
están
fight
feos.
together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
Sí están feos. Todos tienen poleles.
It's raining blood. Is he crying?
A la madre, güey. Si le hubiera desaparecido.
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Esta apenas es la presentación de todos los como villanos protagonistas del juego.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads.
Ok.
These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
La madre, me la desarmaron el arma. Ouch.
He's seen my face. We
Como
can't let him live.
como si tuviera una identidad que proteger a este vato, güey.
If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished.
Ah, poco los activa con las manos.
He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him.
Están perros, ¿eh?
Jack, you can't come with us.
No le acaban de hacer mierda el brazo, ¿no? A lo mejor la agarró la cinta con el brazo hecho mierda, ¿no? Ah.
The new blood has been rejected.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Por acabar.
Shadowheart is ours.
Creen que está muerto el buen Snake.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Ah. ¿Quién toca peta? ¿Quién habla? Oli.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move?
Muy
Got to
poquito.
get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right,
Gracias por el
let's get
follow.
you fixed up. Paramedic?
Dark.
Okay, Snake.
Darkila yo.
Just
Bienvenido al
relax and
stream.
it'll all be over before you know it.
Estamos con el Watch Party de Metal Gear Solid 3.
Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go.
Es
First,
de lo
open
mejor
the
Metal
survival
Gear.
viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment.
Está muy chido.
Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button
No he
and
jugado,
surgical treatment using the
no he
weapon
jugado
window
muchos
button.
Metal Gear, pero
Your injuries include a
sí me han
fractured
gustado los
left
que jugué.
elbow and
Jugué el
rib bone,
2, el
and
Peace Walker,
lacerations on your upper
y
arms,
ya.
right elbow, and
La
abdomen.
verdad son los únicos que he jugado.
They need to be fixed using surgical
Aunque
treatment.
ahorita estoy retomando el 3, que una vez no intenté jugar pero lo
Move the
dejé.
healing cursor with
Y
the left stick
después
to the
tengo ya que
affected
comprar el
part of your
5 para
body.
Play 4. Entonces,
Once you've selected the
es lo que
affected
jugaré más
area,
adelante.
hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item and then press the enter button.
Ok.
With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do
Sí,
everything I
están muy
mentioned, the
buenos.
wound should heal completely. Understood?
Más o menos.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Ok. Sí, me gustó mucho el Peace. El Peace Walker me super fascinó. O sea, se me hace un juegazo. A ver, vamos a ver. ¿Cuál es el hecho mierda este, no? Bone Fracture. Ok, vamos a merge. No, espérame. Medicine. Oh, que la chingada. Eh, LT, a ver. No, esto primero. Ajá, ándale. Espérame. ¿Qué efecto de Broken Bones? Ajá. Ya quedó, ¿verdad? ¿Sí ya quedó? ¿O más o menos? Aquí, sufre deep lint. Ok. Hay que limpiar aquí. Topic. Ponerle cerrar, ¿no? Y totalmente. Ahí está. Hay que dar como que todos los procesos. Ok. Si no se me hace. No, esto no necesito, pero no. Aquí sí hay que desinfectar, me imagino, ¿no? Ahí está. Ok. Ok. Vamos a desinfectar primero. ¿Qué más tiene? Ya lo voy entendiendo, ¿eh? Poquito a poquito. Bleeding. Hay que tener la hemorragia. Y hay que cerrarla. Y hay que... Ahí está. Ok, igual. Hay que desinfectar. Poner este. Hay que cerrarla. Hay que ponerle este, ¿no? Y así vas. Así se van curando. Bone fracture. Ok. Está fracturado todo el hombre y todo. Ok. Entonces vamos a split una tablilla. Ahí está. Es una cortada. Vamos a desinfectar. Después vamos a cerrar. Y... No, ese ya no. Ok. Desinfecté, ¿no? Aquí. ¿Qué me falta? Ahí está. Ya estamos al 100 otra vez. Está interesante. No me acordaba de esto de que se curaban las heridas así. Está muy interesante. Es todo un superviviente este vato, güey. Ah, ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay. Eso debe doler de verdad. ¿Tú eres gran fan de los Metal Gear, Dark? Darkilayo. Muy bien. Ya más. Ya bien curadito el limos. La cinta de The Boss. Un cabestrillo. Ok. No se van a ir a recogerme, espero que sí.
Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Ok. Un globo de recolección. Son un poquillo con las perspectivas de esto. Ok. Ah, se están llevando el equipo. La fase 1. Shadowheart. No, boss. tratando de llevar. Yo creo que llegué a avanzar un poquito más en el juego. No me acuerdo exactamente hasta dónde llegué, pero sí llegué un poquito más adelante. A ver, esta es parte del equipo, ok. Ah, una ojiva nuclear. Y un lanzaojivas nucleares.
Excellent. A great success.
Es un gran día para ser
Thanks
villano.
to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
¿Ella quién es? ¿Usa Chanel o qué?
Who is she?
Oh, no sé, güey. Entonces, ¿qué está jugando?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
Ah, ¿es la esposa de Sokolov? Nah. ¿No estaba en Estados Unidos?
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear.
¿Qué hubo? ¿Qué le dio? ¿Unas pastillitas?
A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Verga, güey. Me la maltratan.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Espérate.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the
Me vale madres, güey.
Colonel!
No, coronel. Güey, le valió madrísimo, güey. Qué turbo, valió madres este vato, güey. Pero gastó la única munición del arma que le trajeron, güey. Es muy estúpido, ¿no? Bueno, digo. Capaz sí es lo más inteligente, ¿no? Ah, la madre, güey. Está potente, está potente. El honguito nuclear. Ah, sí, vamos a salvar. Check storage device. Ok. Va. Sí, sí, huevo, huevo. No hay pierda. Success. Perfecto. Esta fue la intro del juego, Ah. ¿Quién diría, no? Pues sí, así va a ser en esencia todo el juego. Porque sí, es lo que más me espero un poquito de Kojima, que tiene demasiadas cinemáticas, videos y de todo. O sea, está cool, al final es como ver una peliculilla, pero pues sí, sí está... Puede llegar a ser pesado, a mi punto de vista. Igual me gustan los juegos tipo películas, o sea, no estoy peleado con ellos. Entonces, me parece bien. Me parece bastante bien, de hecho. Pero ahí vamos. Y he escuchado que el Metal Gear 4 es el que tiene más cinemáticas, ¿no? Según yo, ese si son 20 horas de gameplay, 13 son de cinemáticas. Algo así exagerado. Pero no estoy seguro, ese no lo he jugado, porque creo que solo salió para Play 3. Y así está cabrón conseguirlo porque ya con la muerte de la de la de la Play 3 debe ser un poquillo complicado conseguir la Play y conseguir el juego, o caro, mejor dicho. Pero bueno, igual no está mal. Pero sí es un buen juego. Igual es como el gran pecado de Death Stranding. ¿No sé si a usted Death Stranding? ¿Lo aquí? Es igual lo jugué en stream justamente. No, ese no lo jugué en stream, pero me gustó mucho. Me gustó mucho ese juego, pero demasiado. Muy mucho me gustó. No sabría decir si es una obra de arte, pero sí podría decir que es un buen juego. Diferente. Eso no se lo recomendaría a cualquiera. Sí, son buenos juegos. Pam, pam. James Bond el asunto. No sé por qué es eso, pero sentí que entraba como si fuera un espía. Ok. Mínimo nos recogieron. Una semana después. Arctic Ocean Airspace.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace.
Okay.
Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard.
Shepard, como el de Mass Effect.
Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad.
Ok. Qué rápido se recuperó, ¿no?
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
Okay.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No.
Probablemente.
This Fox is still one step ahead of the Hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban.
Puro cubano por dos americanos en la época de Guerra Fría.
This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion.
Sí, lo que destruyó
At
ese
about
güey.
the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft.
Cuando recogieron a
Does
Snake.
any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help
Qué dramático.
of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin?
Volgin, ¿cómo no?
Of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
Tiene la culpa de todo. ¿Cómo debe ser?
The mother of your special forces?
Obvious.
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss
aplicó el UNAM de condeno enérgicamente.
Stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Correcto.
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
Is the boss.
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government.
¿Qué le enviamos? ¿Una foto de voz?
You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device.
Ah, la madre, güey.
Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
Ah, te juro que no,
carnal.
carnal.
Should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing.
O sea que si lo quiero matar no hay pedo. No se va a considerar tan malo.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
Estamos deteniendo la Tercera Guerra
Put
Mundial.
it
¿Sabe
simply,
lo
in order
importante
to
que es
avoid a
esto?
full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Correcto.
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Verga.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation.
Okay.
Their code names are Adam and Eva.
Okay.
I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Rendezvous. Bien, vamos cayendo. Nos va a tocar manejar unas naves. Cristalito. Ah, naves rusas.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet.
Patrullando tranqui.
It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Ok. Mach 3 es 3 veces la velocidad del sonido. O sea, es muy rápido. Saca el paracaídas, Snake. Qué lástima que no te dejan pilotear la navecita. Sería chido, ¿no? Innecesario, pero cool. Ok. 100% sigilo. Nice. Y llegamos. Caímos.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off
Sí.
target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time.
Hecho.
Rescue Sokolov.
Ajá.
Find out what's happened to the Shagohod.
Hecho.
Then destroy it.
Ok.
And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Ok.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
Ok.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
¿Qué?
Wrong one.
¿Qué te
Did you ever
refieres?
see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
No
Must have
mames.
missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But?
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been
Va a
doing
ser
all
más
along.
fácil, ¿no?
All right,
Reduciendo la situación.
Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square zero. My frequency is 140.85.
Hecho.
I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Perfecto.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time.
Okay.
That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Okay.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, who are the Patriots? And Lali Lule Lo.
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government.
Hecho.
It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent. To the Khrushchev regime, at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Tiene demasiadas cinemáticas este juego. Bueno, yo creo que ahorita, si me deja jugar, yo voy a dejarla aquí. Vamos a ponernos el equipamiento adecuado. Black. Y uniforme. Vamos a dejarnos con este. Gracias por ver el stream. Aquí vamos a dejarlo. Nos vamos a guardar. Vamos a echarnos la platiquita con Paramedic. Y aquí le dejamos. Fue un buen progreso. Ah, no, me equivoqué. No estuvo tan largo. Save.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
¿Verdad que sí?
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
4 días.
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Okay.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up in bandages and tubes, so I couldn't do anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so. But seriously, don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using
Hecho, eso haré.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Claro que no.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
so that I could watch over you. Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. But you push yourself too hard. You're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other. So that's why I volunteered. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Sí,
Stop
gracias,
right
supongo.
there. You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
Mi chico que tenía la tope, güey. Perfecto. Entonces, vamos a asegurarnos de que no haya más diálogo después de esto, pero yo creo que ahorita voy a dejarle aquí.
Okay, good luck, Snake.
Thanks.
Muy bien. Aquí vamos a dejar. Gracias por ver el stream. Así va a ser la tendencia del juego. Creo que más adelante se pone mejor la acción. Así que, gracias por ver y nos veremos hasta la próxima. Bye.